ready to go?
Yeah.
Or have we already started and we don't even realize it?
Well, we haven't announced ourselves, so let's do that.
Nope. Okay. Hi, and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of, what are we in, August? August 14th.
August.
2019. I will use the Wednesday date because that is tradition for Wednesday, is the Geek Sabbath. I'm Jen.
Yeah, it's maybe when this is coming out, maybe. Oh, no, I'm David. It'll be out when it's out.
It'll happen when it happens. Soon. Yeah, I'm still, going through a lot of upheaval, starting a new job, which is all very exciting, but we're pinning down a regular schedule, and I'm trying to remember what month it is again. But the good thing is, that means money. Money is good. Money buys toys. Money buys toys I can talk about on the show. Yay!
Yeah, and hopefully doesn't need to go to a new microphone, although mine's been a little wonky lately, or Audacity has been weird, so I don't know. But I do get toys, yay!
I might just have like a big fancy podcasting rig in my next apartment.
Ooh, neat.
I could spend money on that. Anyway, so we will talk a lot about spending money. Also, after that, we will talk about some comic books, because there's some comic books. They're okay.
They exist.
They continue being okay. So yeah, I guess the big ticket item would be that Unicron.
Oh, yes.
That had just been, I guess, announced to the world last time we recorded. It's the funding, it's lagging a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. Well, if it's anything like Kickstarters, like at the start you get a bunch of people subbing for it, and then it dips down, and then it arcs back up at the ending. But usually it should, like, what are we, like halfway through it? It should be like halfway funded. Probably it's not, is it? It's
got 20 days left. Out of 8,000 backers, as of right this moment, it is at 2,406. I have not personally pitched in for that yet, because my first big new job paycheck went for, like, new job clothes and stuff, but I am budgeting to pitch in for this by the end of the month. So I guess that'll bring it up to 2,407. I know there are people on Twitter, and I've noticed that the whole, like, market for selling Transformers really seems to have, or just secondhand toys in general, really seems to have moved over to Twitter, which is interesting, but, eBay is a morass. As someone who's done a lot of selling on eBay is a morass. So, yeah, there are people who are running sales threads on Twitter, specifically to get money put together to pledge for this Unicron. And so other people are saying, hey, if you want to help get this toy made, but you can't afford $600 for a single goddamn toy, you can help these people out by buying some of their stuff. So that is a thing to look for.
That's kind of, it's just so much.
It's a lot. Though, we've got friends who are like, oh, I can't justify paying a month's rent on a single Transformer, and I'm like, where do you live? Because I would like to live somewhere where I can. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, when I was where I used to live, this was about my rent on a nice but old, a 2-bedroom place in a nice but aging neighborhood.
Or it's a fraction of a month's rent if you live in New York City.
Yeah, or where I live, where I'm probably looking at dropping at least $1,000, but we'll see. But yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's a lot of toy. I mean, I forget whether I mentioned last time that I had been thinking about how I'd need to get, like, one of those old entertainment center cabinets that they made for when you had, like, a huge CRT, and just use that to display him. And, you know, my mother mentioned that a lot of the, like, Facebook furniture sales groups that she frequents, those tend to show up pretty cheap. So, because no one has TVs that particular form factor anymore. So that may be something going in my new apartment. Assuming.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I kind of do want this to succeed, I guess. I wish they'd started with something a little bit smaller. Like if they'd started with, here's a big Scorponok. I might have gone up for that.
But
starting with Unicron, the biggest thing, and it looks really good, but it doesn't look perfect is the problem. Like the face isn't that accurate to the original movie because it doesn't have the pointy chin because of some reason or another about transformation, supposedly.
Something about how they would have to make it rubbery and yeah.
Yeah, well, who cares? Yes, he's supposed to have a pointy goatee. He's evil.
Yeah, it's true. That's how you know. It's not the planet eating, it's the goatee. That's how you know he's evil. I mean, I'm hoping that they're, like, next year's Titan is going to be Scorponok or something along... I mean, yeah, I guess Scorponok has always been a little bit smaller as a toy, so at least, like, you know, a leader class. But
although I did see somewhere, although it may just be a rumor, that, like, the accounts that are, or the people that put in already they're not counting, like, some retailers they're going to get it, like, I guess, like, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, or whatever. It's not counting towards them, like, they've sent in, like, what they would order if it gets happen, so maybe it doesn't have to get over to the however many thousand it needs anyway, but...
I am sort of curious.
Although, I think...
I think everyone is kind of curious to see what will happen if it doesn't make it.
Yeah, well, it depends upon how far away from the goal it misses.
Yeah.
Is usually the thing with, like some Kickstarters, like, if they get real close, it's like, fuck it, we're doing it anyway. Or some people get together to, like, double up and fix it at the end. Although, I think the what are these even called? These not Kickstarters on the Pulse. Is there Pulse Starters?
Haslab.
Crap.
It's Haslab.
I keep forgetting that because it does not stick in the brain as to what it should be. But I think the Cookie Monster's doing even worse.
Yeah, well, I don't know. See,
it looks neat, but I don't want it.
I have the kind of family issues that make me say, well, that's because people don't want to spend money on their small children. But I assume that some parents actually
that's not who's going to spend, like,
spending money on their children.
That's possible, but, like, no, the people I know who are interested in the Cookie Monster, well, I don't think they bought it, are more people who are into puppets and things.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, is that the Cookie Monster doesn't have a really good, solid demographic. I mean, there's kind of people with little kids and too much money to buy their little kids things like this. But then, you know, there are only so many of those. But that target is a lot lower. That one's a $300 one, and it only needs 3,000 backers, but it only has 441.
Yeah, also the thing, like, it looks really cool. It's like the best looking Cookie Monster, but it's not actually a puppet, so...
Right.
The puppet people would prefer to be able to puppet it. At least I don't think it works with a puppet.
They want there to be puppetry involved. That is, I never really looked that close at this, but, you know, it's...
Yeah, no, neither did I.
It's
a tangent. Let's move on to something else before we tangent too much into cookies.
Into Cookie Monster, yeah. So anyway, Unicron, he's not doing too well, but still got 20 days, fingers crossed. I will probably pitch in for it because I'm also, like, just realizing that I could totally buy Titan Omega Supreme just for the Countdown. And I would just be buying Countdown because of some fan fiction I read in 1993. So there.
Well, Countdown's Countdown's kind of more interesting. I mean, Omega Supreme does get more fiction, but it's kind of dry.
Yeah, to be fair, now, Omega Supreme also does tend to be written as the kind of character I love. By which I mean, he's just very large and sad.
Yes.
See also anyway, Fortress Maximus. So yeah, other large, maybe not sad things, but large things. There was this, I guess, sort of like a fan Twitter meme going on about Seacons before Unicron. And it looks like they will probably get their wish, at least on a technicality.
Yeah, well, at least some of them are like, well, I should probably do that right after this podcast. Actually, pre-order the two of them that are on the Pulse right now.
Yes.
Turtler and Gulf, well, that's their Japanese name. Snaptrap and Scalor?
I love that his Japanese name is Turtler.
Yeah.
It's Turtler. I guess it's Turtler. I don't know if it's Turtler or Turtler. But yes.
Well, you'd have to listen to the song again.
You know, I would
it's
say
Tortolo.
Something about how, why are they using Japanese names when these characters came out in the US? But they didn't actually really do anything in the US, whereas they were like at least somewhat of a threat in Master Force. So
yeah, well, they were a threat for a bit, and then they got cut off. They did some stuff in the comics. They were on the resort island thing.
Yes.
That part was interesting. Although, admittedly, they didn't really do a lot there. They were just, oh shit, menacing shark monsters.
Yes. They got a Budiansky drawn cover. But yeah, so you can get... I do think it's really cool that Hasbro Pulse is doing this Japanese exclusive stuff just as a direct sale thing. I know they tried something like this a very, very long time ago, and by a very, very long time ago, I mean Beast Wars. Which mostly I just recall them making Shadow Panther available for US purchase.
Oh, that's
through
how
like
that happened.
A web thing. And, you know, that did sort of disappear, but, you know, it's 2019. Things are different now.
Yeah,
also,
things on the internet are easier to buy. That's what people do.
Also, you can
better than buying in stores.
Pre-order Masterpiece Lyo Convoy in case you just really wanted a Masterpiece Lyo Convoy for some reason.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. Yeah, there's some other things, and then there's rumored things, like there's
Noise and Graphy!
Oh, right, the little
cassette
guys. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, and there's lots of random toy things like the Rumble and Frenzy and the cassettes are out in like stores now. It's like, wait, what? Why? Well, we're getting new ones. Why are you bringing back the old ones? But Noise and Graphy are kind of interesting. Noise and Graphy are less interesting because you can have them now. It's like, oh, I can just buy them. They're not.
I mean,
they're not like a wholly lost treasure.
God, I think it was like John Runsky at BotCon had a pair at his table for sale for a few consecutive years for like $400 for the pair. And that was at a time that it was at a BotCon where I bought Metal Hawk sealed for $50. So
yeah,
this is
because they're smaller and they probably were less of them made, and it's more. It makes more sense that they're more coveted because they're a little odds and ends.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Metal Hawk who
it's like the
I guess cassettes didn't do anything either. But.
The Headmaster heads that were just the heads, for instance, they're just like a little thing that were a much lower, probably a much lower production run. But the important thing is Graphy's box art makes him look adorable, and I have just always been absolutely enamored of him. And I'm very glad that I can actually have a chance to have his toy, even though it's probably going to be like the time I was very, very excited to find all the 2001 Robots in Disguise Combatrons just to get them home and realize they were actually just Combaticons. I mean, I knew it.
Are there any other
I just didn't know it on a deep level.
Yeah, until you had them. Are there any other confirmed toys that are coming out? Because there's two that are sort of rumored, but they're pictures of the toys, so I guess they're definitely coming out.
Well, there's the reflector set, that...
Oh, right, yeah.
Is definitely a reflector set.
Which I kind of want them, but I also don't need them.
Yeah, I mean, they're neat. There's this Studio Series lady motorcycle pack, which is cool, and apparently they're going to be small because all three of them are one $20 pack, so...
Yeah, somehow they're a deluxe altogether. That's confusing, and they don't seem that actually... Well, they're smaller than a deluxe, but there's three of them, and they're bigger than you would expect. Like, altogether, they seem more mass than a deluxe. It's surprising.
And, wow.
But they don't combine, so...
They're all different molds. I hadn't looked that close yet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, they probably share some parts somewhere, but they're almost entirely different from each other.
It makes me wish I liked movie toys more. I mean, I guess it's possible I might get them anyway on principle.
For the 5 seconds they're on screen.
Yes.
No, but so there's a bunch of new stuff you get on the Pulse, and then there's the Unicron, and then there's rumored toys that are coming because we have pictures of the toys, although maybe the Hot Shot was actually announced. I don't know. There are a bunch of pictures of, hey, we're getting a Hot Shot from the Hound mold, which we kind of knew because, like, wasn't there a picture of his head on his box art or something weird?
Well, there might have been something like that. The thing was that there was like a leaked list that someone put out there of
that happens
upcoming
all
Siege
the time.
Toys. Yeah, that's the thing, is that happens all the time, and it's not always correct. But the hilarious thing was that all of it proved to be correct for the longest time, except the Hot Shot. And David Willis was very
annoyed that it was
I like to think that they put that on the list just to upset him specifically.
That's what it felt. It felt like it was just a tease to the guy who collects every Hot Shot toy ever.
That one toy, they were like, we're gonna take this otherwise perfectly legitimate list and just write one total crack thing. But yeah, the thing is, I've talked before about how much I love the way they do the color matching, but those bright colors look terrible on a Siege toy with all the little greeblies, so there's all this shadowing.
It's ridiculous. Plus, you also, like, when I first saw the pictures, I figured, oh, this is somebody's shitty custom.
Yeah.
Because of all the silver, battle damage paint. It's like, it just looks like a bad paint job. Because it's this bright blue, yellow, and red. Like, one of those colors needs to be desaturated or changed or something.
Yeah, just...
Mostly, change the red legs. They look horribly bright on all that detail of the Siege greeblies. Ugh.
Just the combination of that color. I mean, the colors are great, but putting them on a toy with that much just three-dimensional detailing, just the way it creates shadows on it and just makes him look very weird, and it just doesn't work very well. So...
No, it's a color scheme that would work on a Cyberverse toy. It does not work on a Siege toy. But... Yeah. I don't know, I should probably buy the Hound because I didn't realize he came with all the little neat guns and things instead of the Hot Shot, because I don't care about Hot Shot as much.
It would even work on one of the other Siege toys, because there is that weird delineation with the Siege toys of some of them, like Sideswipe being perfectly reasonable, and then others like Hound being covered in greeblies.
Yeah, like the first few, like Hound and Starscream and Prime, I guess, they're just too many greebles.
Yeah, so it looks weird. It doesn't work, even though I just in general really love the color matching. Also,
speaking of things that do work,
Nightbird!
Yay!
So there's this Nightbird, and you were saying something about how we don't know it's not a custom, but I think that
it's reasonable that it's true, but all we had is one picture that was a tweet that I think is now deleted, and it was just pictured on top of a Pulse box.
Yes.
It could just be a really good custom, but it's probably going to happen because like it makes sense, and we haven't actually had a U.S. retail or even U.S. released Nightbird before. There was a Japanese one that I almost got, but it was expensive, so I didn't, and now I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that would be a huge dick move to, like, custom something like this and then take a picture of it, just like, oh, I'll just put it on this Hasbro Selects box because it's sitting here. Like, no, it's on the box that it would come in if it were a proper release, at least limited release toy. It's probably safe to say that she's happening. Good job. Everybody's very happy for Raksha, I guess.
Yay.
Yay. From that one episode. She's not sentient. She's not sentient. Come on.
No, but she's showed up in other blips in different continuities.
She's not people.
The original one wasn't people, but,
I guess she can be people now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I just like picking on her. So yeah, that is a thing that looks like it's going to be coming out. There's also, people are starting to get some of the stuff that they had ordered. There are pictures of that Ratchet showing up. Did that ever actually go up for sale on Walgreens' site?
That was on Walgreens? I don't know. I know I wanted it, and I was figuring it would come out eventually somewhere. I didn't realize it was going to be Walgreens. Walgreens exclusives are always confusing. Because anytime I've gone to a Walgreens around here, they do not have a toy section.
Also, it only just now occurred to me that maybe he was a Walgreens exclusive because he's a doctor.
Ah! Okay, that makes sense. But,
I mean, they did have a My Little Pony exclusive that was like the nurse pony. So that's...
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, they have had several previous Transformers exclusives that were not doctors, but it is possible that they got this one because he's a doctor, and now I'm mad at myself that I didn't think of that earlier. So yeah, there's that. I mean, I guess I could check real quick, but
yeah, some of the toys are actually starting to come out again. I found out toys that probably came out a few weeks ago. Like, I have a Scraplet now. He's small, he's kind of cheap, he doesn't really transform, he just sort of stands up on his back legs or lays down. But he has a gimmick where his head pops up and his mouth spins, so I love him, and I want 20. If I can ever find any more, I will buy them on site.
That's a Cyberverse one, isn't it?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I bought some Cyberverse toys because the Skybite also I have, because Skybite.
Mm-hmm. I have seen the Skybite.
Well, there are two Skybites. There's a regular, and there's the one with the armor. I got the armor because it's sillier.
There's two?
And it works.
What kind of armor does he come with?
A drill, like a drill tank thing.
Ah.
To drill to the earth, so it's ridiculous. I also got a Starscream. And I've realized, apparently I accidentally got every Slipstream from the line, because I forgot I got the tiny one.
Nice.
Because, I didn't know there was a Warrior one coming out until I saw it this week when I got the Scraplet and Skybite. But a few weeks ago, I bought the larger, goofier, gimmicky one, because I didn't realize there was a Warrior. And then I got the tiny one behind me I forgot I bought a while ago. So I have 3 of them in different sizes.
Uh-huh.
Okay? I have every Slipstream released at retail, I think.
Nice.
No, I think all the others were exclusives or con things or something.
It does look like Walgreens does not yet have Ratchet up for sale, even though it was kind of assumed he was one of those that was just going to go live at during SDCC. That did not happen.
Oh, well.
But he's probably going to be out for the holidays. Usually they do usually their exclusive shows up sometime in the fall when they're just starting to ramp up toys for the holidays.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully he will be showing up because he does look pretty decent, and I didn't get the Ironhide, so there you go.
Ironhide's pretty good. I like it.
I did find my little sports car patrol, so that was my exciting toy purchase. I did also order Iron Factory Tarn, so look forward to hearing about that in the future.
We shouldn't be talking about third-party toys, although, goddamn, they keep making more, like, Predacons and other Combiner guys. Stop doing that, guys. Make more weird shit like Tarn.
But then,
is there more than one Tarn? Because one Tarn I've seen looks really good.
There's technically at least 3, I believe. There's goodness. The Mastermind Creations one, which is a more standard scale. There is the Iron Factory one, which is tiny, because their whole thing is that they're tiny.
I forgot about that.
And then there's the Flame Toys one, which is technically third party, but it's licensed. Also, lights up, but does not transform.
Okay, that was the awesome one I saw. I forgot about the itty bitty one.
I would say if you wanted one to be like your main Tarn toy, to go with the Mastermind Creations one. But yeah, there's also the Flame Toys. Also, I think we may have mentioned that Flame Toys was showing off their Victory Leo to go with their Star Saber at SDCC, and I was very excited.
Oh, yeah, is it Flame Toys is the one that's also making the Wind Blade that looks more like a lady in a bikini?
Oh, I think so, yeah. I think that might be them.
I kind of like the design, other than the fact that it looks a lot like she's wearing a bikini. Like, the way the coloring's picked out is a little bit too much detail in that, guys. Other than that, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean...
Really sexualized, but...
Yeah, they gotta make her sexy. I mean, to be fair, they also made, like, Drift. I mean, I guess he wasn't sexy in the same way. He's just sexy in the robot kind of way, and not in the human
they need
kind
to broaden
of
out.
way.
We need a robots in disguise strong arm with defined abs.
Yes.
Like a lot of fan art seems to like to draw.
Yes, we need that. That is a thing that needs to happen. So yeah, other than that, there's a comic coming with the Seacons. There's some very nice art out there of, their translation of More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise.
Really awesome covers that make me tempted, is like, oh, maybe I should import those because it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Viz is, I guess, in addition to their Transformers manga collection, they are also putting out a big visual history art book with limited and regular covers by Jim Sorensen, who, old friend of our community.
Is he the one that was behind the animated almanacs?
Yeah. Yeah, he was involved with the almanacs.
He does a lot of good stuff, but he loved to throw in way too much trivia that ends up being confusing.
Yes.
The good ideas goes too far, but this is just a visual dictionary, so it's just a lot of artwork. Yay! Which we like box art and stuff.
It
looks like a lot of movie art.
This should be kept from making a bunch of weird random references semi-canon.
Well, it'll probably have Cybertronian text stuck in there that'll add lots of crazy shit to the wiki.
Poor wiki.
Yeah.
That poor wiki. So yeah, as for comics, New Death's Head is out. I haven't gotten it yet.
You will?
Yes.
At some point.
Yes, I will get it pretty soon. The comic shop, there's a new comic shop in this little town that I'm in. Good luck to them. I don't know why anyone in 2019 would choose to open a comic shop, but
yeah. Oh, it's new. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But part of the thing is that they're trying to start things real slow and not ordering comics that they don't know anything about. But while I was there, he talked to his distributor, and they're going to get me a copy of Death's Head and pre-order. This is why you need to pre-order comics, folks, I say, as someone who has not read floppies for several years.
Yeah, digitals are good. I like having them physically. It's more entertaining to read, but it also means I have a pile I haven't finished reading. That's ever growing.
See, I was spoiled by getting into comics in the early 90s where $20 of, say, babysitting money could get you a significant pile of comic books. And now it can maybe get you 5.
Yeah, 5 if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, if your pull list is a lot, they tend to knock a little bit off, but it only helps so much.
Yeah, so that's the biggest drawback, really, but Death's Head is worth it. But I'm sure that probably makes it a lot harder for shops to take a risk on something that they think may or may not sell, is if you've got stuff that's like a $4 cover price. Anyway,
so I got it, I read it.
Yes.
The Death's Head voice is not quite on, at least mostly so I'm told. He says yes, question mark. A little bit too much, and I think he actually says bounty. Somebody said he says bounty hunting, but I didn't notice that because I guess I wasn't paying attention.
I think someone mentioned that he refers to a bounty, which I suppose can be allowed because he's not referring to himself. He's just, as part of his duties as a freelance peacekeeping agent, it could involve accepting bounties, but that doesn't mean you're a bounty hunter.
Oh yeah, like he says, Yondu Udanta, this is a bounty on my head, yes? So it's a bounty on his head. I guess he says it again. I bring you the bounty. Yeah, I don't think he actually says bounty hunter.
Yeah, see, that's...
Yondu says bounty hunter. But...
See, there's a separation between just because you're using that term for the activity doesn't mean that that's your title. But yeah, I will have to give it a read. He's, the character has a very sort of unique speech pattern and way of approaching the world that probably does take a bit of warming up to really properly tackle. So
yeah, it's good enough for me, but I haven't read a lot of Death's Head, so
I have read pretty much literally all the Death's Head there is, which is not that much.
Yeah, you probably have. Yeah, well, you read the recenter Marvel one because he was in Iron Man, or was it his own series for a while?
Well, he was in Sword. Okay, so the thing is, Kieran Gillen. You're familiar with Kieran Gillen, right?
Yes, British guy who's often confused for Karen Gillan. Yeah.
Yes. He, being British and being of the appropriate age, grew up on Transformers UK, and so pretty much all of the other recent Death's Head stuff in Marvel that I'm aware of is his. So he brought him into Sword, and then he was writing Iron Man, so he brought him into Iron Man. And yeah.
Yeah, so, and this is written by, I think it's pronounced Teenie Howard.
Okay.
T-I-N-I. Or Teenie.
Sounds legit.
Yes, who's written things that I haven't read because I don't read enough comics, and there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah.
The writing, like, I guess it's getting into Death's Head. It's entertaining. It's got Wiccan and Hulkling. They, from what I remember of what I've read of them, which isn't a lot, that they seem in character still.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're probably a lot easier to get a feel for. They're not quite as peculiar. Yeah.
Although the real selling point for this is just, it's K-Zama. The art. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. Soon I will get that. So what do you want to talk about first? Ghostbusters and Transformers? Or Transformers and Transformers?
The Ghostbusters and Transformers, because it'll probably be quicker, because, like, it's good, fine. But not, like, a lot happens in 2 issues. It's fine. It's G1 cartoon style Transformers, and sort of somewhere between the movie and the real Ghostbusters cartoon Ghostbusters, which I guess is the standard Ghostbusters comic style. I haven't read any of them before.
I believe that this is a regular artist on some of the Ghostbusters stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It could move a little bit faster, but it's okay. It's Transformers and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It works.
It's a gimmick book. I still, nothing has quite topped, the bit in the first issue where the whole portal has the, Transformers the movie opening effect. But other than that, yeah, it's fine.
Oh, there are lots of nice little gags in the background, like Slimer's in a tank in their firehouse, and he has a picture of, was it Ariel, the robot from the Sea Spray episode where he turns into a mermaid.
Oh, yeah, Ariel.
Yeah. And the graffiti that ends up on Optimus Prime is kind of cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is cute. I mean, yeah, it's cute. It's not particularly deep or action-packed, but it's cute. It's charming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's honestly really what there is to say about it. I may have to
pretty much
find an Ectotron somewhere because he's cute. He's a cutie.
He's kind of...
He's a science cutie.
It's Yes. If you want to read Ghostbusters and Transformers, it's what you want to read.
It is those things.
It is those... Yeah.
So yeah, meanwhile, the Transformers, the adjectiveless Transformers ongoing continues to plot along.
And
what even happened?
I don't like, because there's 2 issues we haven't talked about. I think there's 2 issues we haven't talked about. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It feels like the covers were swapped around, because like the cover of 10 is Chromie and 6-Shot. Well, I guess these are the standard ones. I don't know. And then there's a bunch of people who show up at the end of this issue 10, on the cover of 9. I mean, the cover art, the interior art's okay. Cyclonus has more stuff to do. There's a fight. Shit blows up.
I'm sort of getting the feeling that he is sort of like, I don't know, Klaus from Umbrella Academy. You know, he can actually talk to the dead. And that it's not just hallucinations, but other than that, it just continues on. There was a Rise base. They blew up some stuff. There was 6-Shot. He wasn't that impressive.
Yeah.
Sideswipe got to talk about his thermal lance. Like, Sideswipe, put away your thermal lance. No one wants to see that.
And
but
there's politics stuff and Megatron is behind the Rise. Is that what the fuck the bad guy, the terrorists are called?
Yes,
the names
that's the terrorist version of the Ascenticons.
Okay, it's hard to latch onto some of the... I guess Ascenticons is kind of a good name, but like trying to grasp like, the Rise, what the shit? Oh, so they're going to turn around and it's...
Well, see, ascending is right.
I had a thought after finishing the last issue, like, this comic would be better if it, like, had a Jonathan Hickman infographics in the comic.
Yes.
Like, with all the circles and lines and things, like, I can follow the patterns and things. That would actually improve this comic, at least slightly. Because that kind of feels like it's what it's going for.
This comic would be better if it was by Jonathan Hickman.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I've read some Jonathan Hickman, and it's hard to like, I've heard people talk about the do X-Men thing, which sounds great if you like X-Men and confusing shit and timelines and graphs.
It is definitely on my newly established poll list. So
yeah,
I do like X-Men.
If this was more Hickman, like if it was more like, there's a mystery, it's confusing, things will make sense later on. But it feels like this is trying to do that and then not succeeding by not being interesting, kind of in the same way the Hickman comics are. Like, his plotting is good, but his characters tend to be like cardboard cutouts, which sometimes is interesting if he's using the right cardboard cutouts, like dancing Dr. Doom around. It's like, yeah, Dr. Doom's doing Doom stuff. I could deal with that, but like, I just don't care about these comics.
Also, as I recall, Jonathan Hickman is the one to be held responsible for the names of the members of the Black Order from Thanos' crew, which are absolutely ridiculous.
They're kind of ridiculous. They're actually kind of really good Transformers names.
Yeah, they would be good Transformers.
Proxima Midnight could be a Transformer really easily.
Yes. Also, every time I see, okay, A, this Shockwave is kind of boring. But B, also, every time I see Shockwave now and he's not Cyberverse Shockwave, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, he's not scowling.
I really think his little scowly shape needs to be one of those things that just, like, influences every future iteration of the character.
Although the way the art kind of carries this, it might be a nervous Shockwave. Like he's like, please take a step back, Megatron. It's like he's getting too close.
Yes. Yeah. Again, it makes me really miss how well some previous artists, cough, Alex Milne, cough, were at, having
Nick Roche,
characters
cough, Kazama,
like him.
Cough, Sarah Petrie de Rocher, cough.
Jack Lawrence.
Almost everybody from the previous run except for Olivia Raymondelli.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I don't think, other than Raymondelli, I don't think there was a bad artist in the main stuff. I didn't read Regeneration 1. That was Guido?
Yeah,
Guido
and
Guidi?
it was, I mean, it was basically, I think there was some Andrew Wildman, and then when Guido was doing it, he was mostly just looking like Andrew Wildman, and he is very good at copying other art styles. That is, I would say, a strength of his as an artist.
Yeah, we're kind of spoiled, because like even Milne, who started out a bit rough, got really, really good.
Yeah, there was a point, a couple issues into More Than Meets the Eye, when just like everyone I knew in the fandom was like, Alex Milne is my favorite artist. I don't know how that happened.
I know. No, it's a weird jump. It's like, well, because his early stuff was very much like leftovers from the style that was sort of forced upon him by trying to ape Pat Lee in the Dreamwave stuff, so he was all puffy and not great. And then for a while it was like everybody looked like a Gundam, which was fine, but everybody looked like a Gundam. And then somewhere he transitioned, but like, I don't know, tried to ape Roche or something, and he just got really expressive and good.
Yes, maybe he just, was allowed to do his own thing, because I'm sure at Dreamwave they tried to push sort of a house style, and he just sort of had to unlearn that and figure out his own thing. But yeah, like I was reminded of, because I was, getting that tiny Tarn. I was looking up the Tarn because the Iron Factory Tarn, despite being extremely tiny, does have a removable mask with his like scarred up face underneath it. And I looked him up on the TF Wiki. I was like, that is how his face was under it, wasn't it? And there was a one thing of him talking to Shockwave, talking about how like he goes to the list in order and they have to hunt down everyone in order. So today is all about you. And Shockwave just goes, but that's incredibly inefficient. And just like that has more expression to Shockwave than anything in this. I just really love him being appalled at the inefficiency.
Some of the Cyclonus pages are pretty good in expressing, but like it's not that any of the artwork in this is bad. It needs work to be to the level of Transformers we're used to now.
Well, the Cyclonus stuff, let me double check. Yeah, I think the Cyclonus stuff is probably Anna Malkova. So.
I think so. It's also weird that they have so many artists on these issues.
Yes.
I guess these are double shipping, right? Yeah. Which is a modern comic thing, which kind of annoys the piss out of me. Because you get shit like this, where inconsistent art, because you have to have like 3 artists at least on an issue. And it's like, I don't... Divide shit better or something. Or alternate between artists. I don't know.
Right. Or have... I don't know. I don't, or like maybe don't double ship, maybe give people time to work on things. But then I am sort of curious what the rationale behind double shipping it is.
I I could probably guess it's really easy. Like, it's the same title you're putting on your pull list. It's just coming out twice as often. Instead of like, you're getting Amazing Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man and Web of Spider-Man. It's different things. In the old system, it's like, oh, there's like 4 Spider-Man volumes that come out in 1 month. Now it's just 1 Spider-Man that comes out twice a month.
Right,
So
but
like,
still,
just...
like, if we look back at the 90s, which is definitely a time that comic books need to be trying to recreate. No, they don't. It was a bubble.
But they keep doing
like,
that. That's part of this.
Unless there was a big crossover event going on, you could be reading X-Force and not read Adjectiveless X-Men. You could be reading Adjectiveless X-Men and not really bother with Uncanny, and vice versa.
Well, that's
this
the thing. I think
the same story.
It's the same. Well, that's the thing. They want you to be on that same story now.
I'm gonna put story in air quotes, though.
They don't want you to buy separate issues. Of course, with the other problem is that they also kind of think like, oh, you're staying with this one story and this one comic, and you're still gonna buy all these other things. No, because you're double and triple shipping this shit, I have to cut some of your other comics.
Yeah, and
so
that
I'm only reading
sort of
this one.
Brings up something
idea.
we were about to discuss prior to recording, which, you know, like I said, I have a comic shop now. I'm in a position of getting to decide whether this is something to financially support. And you were saying that you're not really doing that now because it's so bad.
Kind of, well...
Or at least, no, you said you're getting this one, but you're not getting any of the Livio Raimondelli stuff that's coming up.
No, well, no, because the comic shop knows I like Transformers, and, well, for a while it was Godzilla, and they know some things I tend to get, and they'll ask, oh, do you want to have this pull? It's like, with Transformers, it's always, yeah, sure, add that. Yeah, sure, add it. Oh, we got Ghostbusters. Yeah, sure, add that. It's like, oh, there's this new one. Wait, what is it? It's like, oh, fuck that one with Livio Raimondelli. No! It's the first time I've ever said no to a Transformers comic added to my pull list.
Because it was Livio Raimondelli. Yeah, that's...
Well, because Livio Raimondelli, and also I don't care about the one I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need
two.
Although the other one could be well written, and it's about, what was it about? Like Instructicons or something?
It's like an anthology series.
Oh, see, that sounds good, but it's Livio Raimondelli, so I really don't give a shit, because...
Well, maybe it's not all Livio Raimondelli.
Well, maybe not. It might change eventually, but, like, I still haven't gone back and read those, the Optimus Prime issues that he drew. It's like, no, I don't want to.
No.
Because I'm doing in those is just reading and skipping the art when it goes, admittedly it goes fast, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because, his art, like, is the antithesis of what I think about comic book art.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm so used to, and I, was setting up a pull list at this new place. I was like, I'll get just whatever Transformers stuff comes out, even though the current stuff is terrible. But it's, I come from this time when it was like, if you don't buy the Transformers stuff that's coming out, Hasbro's just going to give up on Transformers. And that's probably not really the case anymore.
No, probably not. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Marvel, if a new series comes out and you don't read, like, if a new series of New Warriors comes out and you don't order it, like, that shit's gonna get canceled. Admittedly, I have read the last one. I've complained. It's like, oh, bring more. I like New Warriors.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Transformers, I think IDW is gonna keep putting it out as long as Hasbro's making cartoons and toys. I don't think we have to worry about a Transformers comic book title dying, per se, unless it's really, 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 really bad.
Uh-huh.
Which we may be getting there.
Yeah, honestly, there's also the part of me that's like, well, maybe they should, maybe they need to see that stuff like this isn't going to sell, that taking some just, like, genuinely critically acclaimed stuff and just resetting it and putting on some fantasy novelist who doesn't know how to plot for comics is not going to work. And I mean, they'll still have the license, so they're probably going to want to do something with it, but
yeah, that is kind of, well, that goes back to the thing we talked about before.
Maybe dead is better.
Yeah, well, like just getting a novelist and immediately putting him on a comic is kind of a bad idea.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. And I can only think of 2 times it's kind of worked recently. Mm-hmm. Although the first, Saladin Ahmed is, holy crap, he's good. He's been writing forever. And Ta-Nehisi Coates, was he a novelist or something? Or a short story or something?
Yeah, he's a novelist.
Okay. Yeah, it's I think his first Marvel stuff was rough, but then he got really good quick.
I believe Sean Ann McGuire is doing some stuff, mostly because we have a mutual friend who is enamored of Sean Ann McGuire. And I know Marjorie Liu, she was a novelist too, but, mostly I was familiar with her doing comics.
Rainbow Rowell was, Rowell, something like that. I forget, she was, I think she still might be on Runaways. I forget if she did something before that for comics.
Maybe this is the lesson, is that male novelists don't know how to plot for comics.
Or white male novelists, let's put it that way.
Well, you said Ta-Nehisi Coates had some trouble at first. I mean, I'm not saying they can't learn. I'm just saying that coming in, they have more trouble.
Or at least from what I heard, the first series was what did he write first? I don't remember. I just remember hearing people say is good, but it's not quite comics good.
Right, but he got the hang of it. Too wordy. I won't hear any of that. Don't you give me too wordy.
Yeah, go back to our old stuff we like from the 80s is too wordy. But modern comics is you don't have the thought bubble, so there's a lot less dialogue, or should be a lot less dialogue, unless you're a Hickman comic or something.
Yeah, I love overly wordy writers. But so we get the last page here, and we do get random bunch of recent toy characters, and then some other characters he probably pulled up by looking up female Transformers in the wiki. And Sentinel Prime is just there in his... I don't know why the Sentinel Prime toy is Sentinel Prime. It's just... Because... It reminds me of Fire Guts God Jinrai.
Yeah, wasn't that the color... they designated somebody who was in the G1 cartoon as, that was Sentinel Prime retroactively, and he was this annoying orange color scheme.
I don't know.
And somehow, they just made him an Astro Train redeco, which was kind of weird, but...
I do like that after they get off the ship transforms. And I guess the ship looks like it might have lipstick, so I guess maybe it's a lady ship.
It took me a second to realize that's what the fuck was happening.
Yes.
Because it's there's a ship landing, and then there's a panel of some lady robot standing up, and then there's the bottom panel of everybody close. It's really? That's 2 panels. But there's no transition. And other than the patterns on her arms and the vague color scheme of the shuttle robot, I couldn't tell that she was supposed to be the shuttle immediately. There should have been a middle stage.
Yeah, there could have been another panel in there. So yeah, we have, I believe, at least 2 more issues of this. And I'm sort of curious to see what's going to happen after that.
Nothing.
Have there been solicits for after this?
Since it's usually 3 months out, there should have been by now.
I mean, I guess I should be pestering my new best friend at the local comic shop, because that's something I would kind of like to know about.
Yeah, thinking about that's something we should have looked up, but
Okay, previews shows Transformers 14 for August. It also shows Galaxy. Okay. I'm guessing August probably means the August issue of previews, which means it would be in a couple months. Yeah. It also mentions Galaxy's number 2. But...
Okay, so there is a 14.
Now shipping monthly.
Oh, it's going to monthly.
Yeah. Yeah,
does it actually list who's writing the damn thing?
In shops, October 16th. Still Brian Ruckley. Still looks like the plot is creeping along. The Ascenticon Guard, Security operations and the Rise are caught in a three-way face-off. Cybertron is teetering on the brink of chaos, but there is still hope for peace, and leading the way to restore that peace are the only bots that make sense: Megatron, Soundwave, and Starscream. Dude, the last iteration of IDW's Transformers comics put Starscream in charge of Cybertron, so you're really not going to shock me with literally any of this. But yeah, it sounds like it's just going monthly with more of the same.
Yeah, oh goody. So yay, we got more of that to look forward to, that I'm going to cut out chunks so they won't even notice that we're rambling for a bit. It's like, oh, are we getting those issues? Is it continuing? It is.
It's gonna be even slower
but it's
monthly. Yeah, so you'll have even more time to completely forget what happened last issue because it was totally irrelevant.
Well, it should be better for the art, depending upon who they get to stick around.
I suppose. Let's see, did I close it? Well, yeah, it shows interiors by Anna Malkova and Beth McGuire-Smith, with just Angel Hernandez on the cover.
Okay, well, that's a thing.
So yes.
And my throat is dead.
It will be continuing. It'll be monthly. Time to wrap this up.
Yeah. We've been talking too long. Ah, crap, it's been an hour again. Damn it.
Good job.
I'll trim some things, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the state of things. The comics are still more or less adequate. I would say probably less and less adequate with every month that nothing of any real significance happens. We are slowly descending into bad.
The comic, I think, is better. It's just that it started out so blah that I don't care.
Yeah, I also don't care. So yeah, that's hopefully we should probably hopefully get another episode in before Unicron finishes, but if you happen to have $6 lying around because you live in a place with a ridiculously high cost of living, so your job pays you reasonably for your region, then then pitch in for that. Otherwise, spectate with us. And so yeah, we will be back in a couple weeks with more of whatever happens until then. So until then, this has been Jen.
And David.
Good night. Iacon Underground Radio is hosted by iaconunderground.net. We are listener-supported through Patreon, where you can help us cover the cost of running this show and our other podcast, Stasis Pod, at patreon.com/iaconunderground. We are on Twitter at IaconUG, Tumblr at iaconunderground.tumblr.com, and Facebook at facebook.com/iaconunderground.